Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with the greatest recordings ever. This is something, this is one of those discs, I just pull it out every so often and plonk it on, and wow, is it fabulous. It's the whole album. It's not one work or anything. It's called Serenade, Strings of the Boston Symphony Orchestra with Charles Munch. Yeah. And you know what that means. This is actually volume 26 of the Japanese Art of Charles Munch edition. Now, why am I tormenting you by telling you that, since you probably can't find it or get it or anything? Well, because the stuff was in the big Munch box, and you can get all these pieces separately. You can reassemble your own Serenade with the strings of the Boston Symphony. This is so much fun. The strings of the Boston Symphony were marvelous. I mean, they were sensational. They weren't like Philadelphia or Berlin in terms of just, gobs and gobs of schmoozy richness and schlag and all of that stuff. Maybe not. But they also had Charles Munch, who was a heaving, seething, smoldering cauldron of podium passion. And so, really, they play marvelously, and he conducts like a demon. Oh, my God, this is wonderful. So what is on here? What do we get? Well, it's not all the strings of the Boston Symphony. They stuffed something else on here as well, because I think the original disc was a little stranger, but that's okay. What you get is, first of all, the Tchaikovsky Serenade for strings, which, how can you not love the Tchaikovsky Serenade for strings? It's absolutely gorgeous. I remember there was a radio show. Maybe some of you could tell me which one it was. It was like the all-night show or something. I was on WQXR or WNCN, and they used the waltz from the Serenade. Do 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 da 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 da. Oh gosh, it was wonderful. So there was that. So you get that, and it's absolutely stunning. And then you've got the Barber Adagio. What's not to love? That it reaches a white hot climax of absolutely stunning intensity. And then we have, let's see what else. The Elgar introduction and Allegro. Now, that's one of those, that's such a masterpiece. Nobody really thinks about it very much, And maybe I should do a repertoire video about introductions and allegri. But the truth is, the definitive or reference recording was always that Barbaroli disc on, English string music that has the Tallis Fantasia and some of that other stuff. And it's just incredible. What a great work. It's for string quartet and string orchestra, kind of like the Tallis Fantasia with its different string ensembles, although it's a very different form, for the work and whatnot and expression. But wow. And this is such an intense performance. It's at least as good as the Barbaroli. It really is. And for the same reasons, because it just has that incredible intensity behind it. Really from the very, very beginning. I don't think it's a performance most people know because, of course, it's a French conductor with an American orchestra. And you really couldn't expect the English musical establishment to look kindly on a xenophobic, well, no, it's not, they're the xenophobics, but these foreign interloper into their xenophobic world. There we go. I think that probably says it best. But then, the bonus that has nothing to do with string orchestra stuff. Whoa. Medea's Meditation and Dance of Vengeance, which is now just called Medea's Dance of Vengeance. It had like 400 titles. Barber kept changing the name. This is one of the most exciting few minutes. What is it? How long is it? 12 minutes of music you have ever heard in your life. Once that rumba gets going, the Dance of Vengeance, oh my God. What a Dance of Vengeance. And it's hopping, absolutely hopping. In fact, one of the things, I've told this story before, but it just always, I can't listen to it anymore without thinking of this. The actual Dance of Vengeance part is exactly 4 minutes long, a little bit, give or take a second. And so at the time I was doing, for a while I was working with figure skaters, professional, but Olympic figure skaters, trying to find music for their routines. And they all wanted the same thing because all their choreographers were these washed up Russian ballerinas, Madame Shushatskaya, whatever her name was. And, they'd show up in their fur coats with their fur hats. And, "We must dance to Tchaikovsky. We must have Rachmaninoff." And so it was always the same crap. It was Carmen, and it was the Paganini Rhapsody 18th Variation, or it was Swan Lake. That's what they wanted. And it was driving me nuts. I always wanted them to do something original and unique. And I said to them, "No, don't do that crap. Do Medea." Now that would be fun, wouldn't it? You could be, a psycho murderess who kills her own children. Now that would be fun to see on ice. Don't you think? Like serial killers on ice? That would be really kind of enjoyable. And of course, none of them picked it. But it was exactly the right length. That's the point. You needed something that was exactly 4 minutes long with different changes of tempo and mood. And this has that. Boy, does this have that. What a fabulous skating routine. So I'm telling you, nowadays, they just skate to like film scores and pop music. They can do anything they want. All of the old rules in figure skating are gone. But my point is that Munch and Boston Symphony just go nuts on this piece. Holy crap, it just will blow you away. And so, it's Barber, so there's all other Barber on the disc, even though it's not only strings, it's not really out of place in this program, which is very eclectic anyway. Tchaikovsky, Elgar, and Barber. That's what's on here, right? That's it. Yes, Tchaikovsky, Barber, and Elgar. What an odd combination, but it works so well. And this disc is just beyond thrilling. It's unquestionably one of the greatest recordings ever. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me, and take care.